Cascade Hoops Talk, bringing the world NAIA basketball one podcast at a time. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, so how's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Today we have Matt Simpson. He's an All-American out of Florida College. You're going to love his story. He grew up in the Tampa area. He went to Plant City High School, where Coach Billy Teeden really put together an 8A powerhouse down there in Florida. And then Matt Simpson went to Florida College. The first few years he was at Florida College, they kind of struggled there around 500. But boy, this year, Coach Teichman went out. He really filled the cupboard there. He brought in Chinadu Okonkwo from Wayland Baptist, Jashavius Purdue. He came from a Wallace Community College up in Selma, and then a young player out of East Lake High School up in Clearwater, Florida, Anthony Batar. Those three, along with Matt, I mean, they really made a difference, those new players this season, and you'll hear Matt talk about that. I think you'll really enjoy his story. Let's take a listen to one of the best shooters in NAIA basketball, Matt Simpson. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, I got Matt Simpson from Florida College, first team All-American, Continental Conference Player of the Year. Welcome, Matt. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
You know, I want to talk a little bit about your career and your basketball at Plant City High School as well. But, you know, before we do that, I got to tell you, congratulations at Florida College had an amazing season. You know, just talk a minute about how fun was it this year, just kind of tearing through your schedule.
It was awesome. And what made it better was we had just like a great team, like not just players, but like we're all friends. Like we didn't have any, cancers on the team. We all loved each other, and it was just fun to do that, just to win games. That just made it even better,
The team itself, it almost makes it more fun than the wins, or the wins are more fun.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's the chicken or the egg thing though, right?
Yeah.
You grew up in Florida down near Tampa. You went to Plant City High School. You had a really good career there. You played 100 games. You played for Coach Billy Teeden there. You played with some really good ball players. Justin King, who's at Valdosta. Emmanuel Baez, he's playing football over at Tennessee State. Did Tristan Evans play college basketball as well?
He kind of fell off the map a little bit. I know he went to a D1 somewhere, but I don't think he ever made this. But he was super talented. His dad was actually the all-time leading scorer in Plant City history. He scored almost 3,000 career points at Plant City.
3,000?
Yeah, it's insane.
But when Coach Billy Teeden came in, what year were you?
I was a sophomore. He came my second year.
And you guys weren't very successful until he got there, is what I read, right?
No. So my freshman year, I actually played varsity. I started on varsity, but we actually went 2-20. So I think 2-22. We were awful, but I mean, I got a lot of playing time. I think it made me a lot better. It made me better. I wasn't great. I was probably 5'8", 120 pounds. I was a scrawny little thing.
Yeah, I saw. That's funny you bring that up. I saw a picture of you. Saw a local paper or something did an interview with you, and they threw a picture in, and you were 15, and you were very small then.
Oh yeah. I've grown a lot since then. I look a lot different.
When did you realize you were a really good shooter? When did you realize that was a thing that you were better at than almost anybody? I
was actually looking the other day, and I looked at my sophomore year percentage. I was just looking at my high school stats, and I looked at my sophomore year, and I thought I was a lot better shooter than I actually was. I shot in the low 30s from three and high 30s from the field. And then junior year, I think, is when I took my biggest leap. I think I shot over 40 from the three that year. I think that's when I realized I could shoot pretty good. I think I just put up a lot of shots that summer. I think our high school team actually got a gun, a shooting gun that summer.
Oh yeah.
And I was on that thing every day.
Those are the greatest invention ever, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, I love them, man. Love them.
Yeah, it's better than the old net they used to hang back there and it'd roll back to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you so Billy Teeden came in, you guys actually became quite dominant. You got a lot of support around Plant City. Just talk about playing basketball there the last couple of years. And when you went into an opposing gym, I mean, it was a big deal, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, by like our junior year, we're pretty well known around like the Tampa area, I would say. We had me. I don't know if you've heard of Tariq McKelvin too. We had me. It was me, Justin King, and then Tariq McKelvin. He went to West Florida, and then he just recently went to Florida Southern this past year for his 5th year. But he was our leading scorer actually my junior year, his senior year. But he was tough too.
So Matt, how deep did you make it your senior year there at Plant City?
So actually, my junior and senior year, we had to play St. Pete in the first round of the playoffs. Well, we went to the district championship, lost my junior year, and won it my senior year. But both years we had to play St. Pete in the first round of like the state playoffs, or regional playoffs. And they had like Sorrell Smith, who went to Maryland.
Yep.
At USF now, and then they also had Ty Strickland, who went to like Wisconsin, I think. So like we didn't stay. Yeah, we were first round exits both years.
Wow, that's just bad luck right there, man.
I know.
You had a pretty good name in that Central Florida area. How highly were you recruited?
I actually wasn't recruited at all.
Oh, okay, so, talk to me about that.
Yeah, I played for the Tampa Titans for AAU. After my junior year, and we played in this tournament in Massachusetts, and I did really well there, but there was really just like D3 schools there, and I got a lot of D3 schools to hit me up, but they were all like in like New York and like Massachusetts, like all the like up in the like northeast or whatever, and like I was kind of wanting to stay like closer to home, and then so I was only like hearing from them schools until like the end of my senior year. Coach Barsh from Southeastern hit me up after a game, and I mean he was kind of interested. He offered me, but like Coach Teichman hit me up like a couple weeks later, and he was texting me like every single day. Like he was heavily recruiting me. So
and Coach Teichman he was assistant there at Florida College at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was an assistant at that time, but he was the one that was like heavily recruiting me. Like he was literally calling me like every day.
So the book on Coach Teichman is he's an excellent recruiter. So what made him effective at getting you to come?
That's actually funny that you say that, because I was literally talking to one of my teammates like a couple of days ago, and we were talking about is Teichman a better coach or a better recruiter? And we both said recruiter, because if Florida College had if we had a little better facilities, I think he could get anybody to come.
He's a pretty good. What makes him a good recruiter, Matt?
I don't know. I think he's just really personal. He really cares. Like he'll ask about how your family's doing, like how is it with the girls, all that stuff. Like he actually cares, and he'll text you literally every day, like y'all are best friends.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
he's good.
Now, before Southeastern and Florida College started getting a hold of you, I mean, were you familiar with any of the schools in the Southern States or the Sun Conference or even with the NAIA?
I was not familiar with the NAIA at all, and I didn't even. I knew about Southeastern, but I didn't even know Florida College even existed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you decided Coach Teichman reeled you in, and you go to Florida College. What was that transition from high school to college? So
when I first got here, I'm not gonna lie, so I averaged 20 my senior year of high school. So when I came to Florida College, I thought I was a little big time,
Uh-huh.
I thought I was a little and there's a lot of kids like that. They think they're too good for NAIA and stuff like that. But so we played our first 2 games, we kind of played some easy teams, and I think I had 21 game and 18 another game, and I was oh, I'm about to walk all over the NAIA, And then the third game we played Warner, who was really good that year, and that was my first actual test in college, and I think I played 10 minutes, had 3 turnovers and 0 points. So I was okay, this is legit.
That was a little humbling, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, very humbling.
Well, there's 2 things there. Like you say, a lot of guys, especially if they didn't know too much about the NAI, when they first get there, they think it's going to be like JC or something. And
right.
But the other thing is the opponent doesn't know that you're a great shooter yet. And so
Right.
sometimes you get those first few games, you almost get a freebie. But this is college, man. They figure you out really quick, don't they?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you averaged 12 points a game, 4 rebounds. But you guys kind of struggled those first 3 years you were at Florida College.
Yeah,
Was
we
that
did.
frustrating for you coming from such a powerful high school program? You were used to winning, you had that swagger in high school, and then you guys kind of struggled at Florida College. How frustrating was that?
Yeah, it was really frustrating, just not like being respected or like around the NAIA, and I think our culture was just really bad. And I know my sophomore year, I had a really good year. I think I averaged like 23, but like I just went like we only like we went like below 500 that year. So, and like I wanted to win, so I actually was about to leave my sophomore year. I got my release, and like I was really talking to Flagler in St. Augustine, and like they came down and bought me lunch, and then Teichman actually got the job, so I kind of just decided to come back.
He re-recruited you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Reeled me right back in.
Coach Teichman went out, and this season, I know I'm going to mess up the names. You and I talked about him, but Chinadu, he came over from he came over from Wayland Baptist. He was a big addition for you, wasn't he? And then Purdue, I'm going to mess up his first name, out of Alabama.
Gotcha.
And then that young high school kid from
East Lake, Anthony Battar.
Yeah, all 3 of those guys really came in and contributed. What was it that really turned the corner this season?
I think Chin, our 5-man, I think that was our biggest addition. He bailed us out of a lot of situations, was a monster on the glass, and he just gave us like that inside presence that I never had like when I was here.
You know what I saw? He got, what was it, 110 offensive rebounds. That's huge. That's 110 possession.
Yeah, so actually my first 3 years here, I led the team in offensive rebounds every year, but then Chin came in and just took that from me. So,
I saw you're a pretty good rebounder, and you were in high school as well, and you had never been a big guy. You're 6 foot. What makes you a good rebounder?
I really don't know. I think it just comes down to just like toughness and just playing hard. I don't know. Like when someone shoots, I just admit, like when someone on on my team shoots, like my first instinct is to literally just go try to get the ball. Like it's hard to explain. I don't know.
It's just effort, right? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, it just comes down to effort. Exactly. Yeah.
So this season was different, and you played a close game against Weber, a close game against Bruton Parker, but for the most part, I mean, you were thumping people pretty good. When this season did you realize, hey, this team is pretty good?
I don't think there was like a certain game that it happened, but I think it was when we got to like maybe like when we won like 20 games. I think it was like Kaiser. We beat Kaiser like pretty easily, and they're in the Sunshine Conference. Sunshine Conference is pretty good. And I think when we beat them pretty easily, I think that's when I was like, okay, we're like legit.
You got to the playoffs, and in the first round you played Evangel, they're really good. And like I say, you hadn't played very many close games, but you found yourself 16 seconds to go or something. Battar went to the line. I think he got you up 1 point. I mean, how nervous were you at the end? You guys were not used to close games. And then Fat Cleveland, he ended up hitting a 3 to put it away. But, just talk about the end of that game and kind of playing for your life.
Dude, it was crazy. So yeah, obviously I was nervous, but like in the moment, it's just like whatever happens, And so I think we made a free throw to go up 1, or no, we made a free throw to go up 2.
Right.
Or hit a free throw to go up 2, and then they came down and immediately just got a straight line drive, hit a floater to tie the game with like 8 seconds left. So we get the ball in bounds. I get the ball. I'm dribbling down the court, and like there's a guy like coming, like trailing me, coming behind me, and then a dude in front of me about to trap me. So I hit Fat Cleveland in front of me, and he puts it up with like 3 seconds left and hits it. And I have never been so happy. I literally like couldn't stop hugging him. It was my favorite moment all year. For sure.
That was a big win because Evangel, like I say, they're a really good team. Of course, now play a team. You didn't play them this year, but you guys were in the Sun Conference every year. But this year in your career, you were going to play Loyola, a team you had a lot of experience with. Everybody knew they were good. What was your plan of attack?
I mean, really, it was just their press is just unstoppable. So, I mean, like, we would just have, like, our main game plan was just to break the press and, like, get the first open shot you get. Because, like, if you have an open look against them, like, that's the only open look you're going to get. Like, so you better, like, take advantage of it. I mean, and we just had to rebound, but obviously it didn't work out the way we wanted.
You ended up falling in that game, but they're a really good team, and you guys had a great season. You guys only Chinadu and DJ Dokes are they're both seniors, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
And then right now, are you thinking you might come back next season?
Yes, sir. I'm using my COVID year. I'll be back.
So you guys should get almost everybody back, and then Teichman will probably go recruit some more guys too, right?
Yeah, we just actually had a guy sign from West Alabama, 5-man. He's a freak athlete, and Teichman's pretty excited about him, so I think he'll be good for us.
You know, Matt, I got a couple questions for you. You consistently have shot the three at 38%. You took almost 800 threes in your career. If you were going to talk to a 14-year-old kid and he said, I want to be a shooter in college, what advice would you give him?
That's crazy. I didn't know I shot 800 threes in my career.
I didn't add them up with a calculator. I just looked through your career stats. I might have been, but you shot a lot.
Gosh. All right. I don't know. I would just tell them to just put a lot of shots up. I mean, that's the only way you can get better is just like repetition, I guess. I think repetition's the biggest thing. If you can find a gym that has a shooting gun, I think that's the best way to go. I mean, that's the way you can get the most reps in right there.
Sorry, I'm digging through your stats. So maybe it's about 700. You shot 247 this season, and I think maybe you had 400 on your career stats. Anyway, a lot. So
yeah.
Find a gym where you can shoot, find a shooting gun. I hear a lot of guys who were played college ball will talk about guys struggle because of indecision.
I mean, I think it just has a lot to do with just confidence. Like when I catch the ball, like, and if I'm shooting the ball, like I'm not shooting it to miss it. Like obviously, if I'm shooting it, I think I can make that shot. I think it just comes down to confidence.
You know, one other thing you've always, even in high school, all through high school and in college, you shot 80% from the line. Who instilled that in you?
I don't think there's anybody that like instilled it in me, and I've always tried to get that number up to 90. I was actually like halfway through the season I was at like 90. I was at like 50 and 90, and then like I had a couple games where I just missed a lot, so I was kind of upset about that. But that is also just like a confidence thing. Like I go to the line expecting to go 2 for 2 every time, you know.
How much time do you spend working on free throws?
Like when we're doing like work, if I'm having like a workout with like one of my teammates or something, like we'll do like if we're in between like different drills, like we'll make like 2 or switch 2 in a row or make 5 in a row, something like that.
Okay, so it's a part of your regular routine.
And I think shooting them while you're like tired is better too. Like right after a drill and you're like tired because you're going to be tired in the game.
Yeah. What has it meant to you to be part of Florida college basketball?
It's been great to be a part of it. Winning 30 games is not like easy to do at all. A lot of people will say like our schedule was a little bit easier this year, but like people just don't understand how hard it is to really like just like win all of them. Like I feel like every team just drops like some games like they should win, you know.
Yep.
And like we didn't drop a single game this year that we should have won. I feel like
it was a pretty special year, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was. Absolutely.
Well, Matt, I really appreciate you being on with me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man.
That's Matt Simpson, Florida College, first team All-American. Thank you, Matt.
Appreciate it, man.